Don't be like you live in the forest or in the wood and be with the trees. That is you being in a realm of existence. Be a certain existence, but having no limits means you not be with anything. Everything is from not grasping the non-grasping itself. It's from not fixating to the non-fixation. It's not to hold on or touch anything. So, having no limit, remind yourself constantly. If you are with your organs, with your perceptions, it will only be with that. So go beyond that in a way of no limit. It's not broad or narrow. No boundary means no boundary. It's sunyata. So every realm of existence means limitation, mean boundary. It will stop at just your expectation or intention of the maintained. Anything that you maintain or be at, that is a realm, your realm of existence. All 32 of them. They all come from having intention or expectation to gain something. All realms of existence come from that. It isn't about having intention or not. It isn't about even what it isn't about. You cannot focus on anything because everything is not identified with the non-identification itself. You cannot be with your mind, your body, your knowing, your seeing, because everything is from not identified with the non-identification itself. You can't be identifying with anything. It isn't not identified even with the non-identification itself. Make a direct conclusion to Nibbana. It isn't not identified even with the non-identification itself. It isn't about being bound or being free from anything. It isn't about even having nirvana or not having nirvana. Nirvana is still a conception. Not reaching Nibbana is still a conception, still idea. It's not a true Nibbana. It's only the idea of Nirvana. Something that's not related to the non-relating itself. It isn't related to Nirvana or not having Nirvana. That is a true Nirvana, not a Nirvana in your idea or just the conception of Nirvana. It isn't about being at peace or being peaceful or not being peaceful. Not about being normal or not normal. None of that. isn't relating, even the non-relating itself. That is how you end all delusion. And even the delusion in the delusion itself. And even the ending itself, the ceasing itself, stop being deluded in the delusion itself. Without any conditioning, no steps, no procedures, without any steps, without any conditioning. Being deluded or not being deluded is not related. It isn't related to delusion or non-delusion. That is the conclusion of the nirvana. How to make conclusion of nirvana to help the samsara. You only familiar with vimutti and nibbana in concepts. You think that nirvana is real. That is just a concept, just a perception. You have to listen again. Listen about this concept. It isn't about even being deluded or not being deluded. Something that isn't about having delusion or not having delusion. This will have dissolved your delusion in concepts and ideas. You think that being empty is okay. Actually, it isn't about being empty or not being empty. You think being empty is okay. Actually, in truth, it isn't about being okay or not being okay. It isn't about even what it isn't about. So, not relating to even the non-relating itself. Cannot be categorized into anything, cannot be part to enlightenment or even the enlightenment. Because if you think of it as anything, it's become a perception, it's become a conception, and that is a delusion. Just making things up, keep on making things up. You can give a teaching an hour, few hours, the whole day, the whole night, but you cannot give an ending to the listeners. It's only to let out your own ideas to the listeners. It will not be about having delusion or not having delusion in the end. Finally, everything is not related to the non-relating itself. That is how you end on your burden. You're concerned about being enlightened or not being enlightened. It will clear out your worry of trying to reach Nibbana. Everything is from not relate to the non-relating itself. It's not relate even with the non-relating itself. That is how you end on your worries about being liberated or trying to have a freedom from anything or be liberated. That will end on your concern and worry. When you think of it's not relate to even the non-relating itself, it will help end the worry of you trying to be liberated or not liberated from anything. It will end on your effort in trying to train the body or mind or control your body, your mind in any way. That's how you end and help liberate the samsara. It isn't relate to even the non-relating itself. That is how you end a true ending. No more delusion in trying to train the body or mind or manipulate the body or mind in any way. End on your task. It isn't grasping, even the non-grasping itself. Something that is not attached even to the non-attachment itself. This is how you end your worry, your concern about training the body and mind. Completely, fully open up your mind, not relate even to the non-relating itself. No worry about trying to maintain any state of the mind. Not worry about meditation, mindfulness, mind power. Trying to safeguard or maintain any state of the mind. You are creating a worry for yourself, trying to maintain something that is anatta, that has no self, no identity. How can you try to maintain anything that is anicca, that is anatta? How can you do that? Listen to Vimutti message. Listen to this enlightenment message. Everything is from mind. The mind itself is from not relate to the non-relating itself. Listen well. Listen, and you will have no worry in trying to train the body and mind. There is the delusion, the desire, and a cause of suffering of you trying to train the body and mind. It's from your karma, the past karma that you used to expect. It's the root cause of suffering. Something that isn't grasping, even the non-grasping itself, not attached even to the non-attachment itself. Remind yourself and conclude the reminding. Listen well. Listen to something that ends. You will end accordingly. If you listen to something that isn't ending, you will never end. So listen to the sentence that ends in itself. Something that isn't grasping, even the non-grasping itself. Everything is from not relate to the non-relating itself. Everything. That is a misunderstanding, that you think that you can be liberated just for yourself, for oneself. Something that is not related to even the not relating itself, that is not a self-liberated. Something that is not attached to the non-attachment itself cannot be just self-liberated. They cannot be self in that liberation. Something that is not attached even to the non-attachment itself. It cannot be anything in attaching or not attaching. It will not be anything in attaching or not attaching. And set an intention of great compassion. Together with everything, have great compassion. With everything, help liberate everything by emptiness. Open up completely, so you are in balance with the samsara. Don't contain anything. Nothing is your prisoners. Don't try to contain or cage anything in self. Everything is from let go of the letting go itself. It's from mind, the mind itself. It's from not grasping, the non-grasping itself fully, do it fully, so you don't focus on anything. You have to give up the giving up itself, nothing about the body or mind, something that is not related to even the non-relating itself. It will not be about your body, your mind, or not about being deluded or not being deluded. It will not be about that. You still relate to your body or mind, or worry about being deluded or not being deluded, because you are still having ideas and conceptions. You're still having something to do with being deluded or not being deluded. It's not the same. It's not the same around here, not anymore. We're not calling it to be liberated from anything or being enlightened. It just isn't about being mindful or drowned in any state like we used to, but we're not calling it to be liberated or having vimutti. Something that has no limit doesn't mean that you stay with mind. Mind means no limit. It's not just mind and be at mind like you think. Mind means mind to the mind itself. That is no limit. Something that is mind, even to mind itself, it means mind doesn't hold on to mind, doesn't grasp on to mind itself. In that way, you have no more worries about trying to let go of anything or try to cut from anything. Something that is mind, even the mind itself, that not attached even to the non-attachment itself, it will dissolve on the worry or concern in trying to do something with the body and mind. And it will stop you from creating more karma about your body and mind training and lead others to do something about Dharma, to cultivate, train body and mind. You think that you try to guide your students to let go of all defilements, but actually you lead them to earn more. If you don't let go of the letting go itself, you cannot teach anyone to do anything. It's only you help them to end, to see the system. What you can do is only to carry out the great compassion and help liberate the samsara. Something that not relate to even the non-relating itself. Carry on that with the samsara, with that sentence. What you can do is only to have great compassion and help liberate the samsara, not to cultivate anything more than that. To have great compassion and help liberate the samsara doesn't mean you try to create anything for the samsara or make a samsara be more a samsara. something that has no limit comes from not relate, even to the non-relating itself, from not grasping the non-grasping itself. That is to have no limit and great compassion. If you have no trace in liberating the samsara on and on. If you help liberate the samsara by emptiness on and on. Everything is from not relate to the non-relating itself, from might, the might itself, from not grasping, the non-grasping itself. Everything. Use everything. Something that's not relate to the non-relating itself. It means everything together at once. Something that is not related to the non-relating itself means great compassion with everything at once. That is the power to help liberate the samsara. The samsara that have realm of existence. It also helped dissolve all the karma. You created and now you eliminated on the karma accumulated with all four elements, earth, wind, water and fire. You created, now you eliminated. The word everything will help dissolve realms of existence together with the four elements. The four elements are not realms of existence, but when you use great compassion with the word everything, it can help dissolve the four elements as well, all together at once. So everything is from not relate to the non-relating itself. That is how you help dissolve all. Dissolve the karma left on this world and samsara. It's not only the karma that attached to you or attached to your mind throughout the lives, but there are also karmas that left on the four elements here in the world and samsara. So when you use the word everything, it helps dissolve and clear out the karma, all kinds of karmas in the samsara and all that is not the samsara as well. So the word everything, when you use, you help dissolve all realms of existence together with other particles, other elements that are not realms of existence, from not relate to the not relating itself. Everything. That's gonna be beautiful if everything is from not related to the non-relating itself, from not grasping the non-grasping itself. That is a true beauty. It's fearless. Be fearless. Be fearless with full strength in liberating the samsara by extinction and emptiness. Help liberate directly. And this is when you have no more burden or worried about trying to do something with your body or mind, on the suffering of training the body and mind. What is left is only the essence of great compassion to help release and liberate the samsara. There is no suffering. Something that is from clearing, the clearing out itself, together with everything, is from clear out, the clearing out itself. That is not difficult, that is not suffering. It will clear the difficulties out for you. Don't stay with anything. There has to be no limit. Don't focus on outer or inner. It isn't about being with anything or focus on anything. Not being narrow or broad. Because it isn't about being with anything or focus on anything if you have no worry, no concern. It is from not attached to the non-attachment itself. That way you will have no worry with anything.